as you can see, part of the organisation of DODO Modern Poets. He's also a very fine painter and sculptor as well as a poet. At the moment he's got some work in a show, Brent Artist Show at Electric House in Willesden Lane till the 25th of June. So if you can catch that, it's free as well, and obviously a variety of artists there. Pete's got some sculpture and painting there. There's a new book on sale here tonight. He's obviously performed with DODO Modern Poets many times over the years. Pete and I have known each other for something like 30 years, so I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. P.R. Murry.
Thank you. Most of my poems in the first half are going to be about animals of one sort or another. And my first poem is about an animal which is what they call a cryptid. Nobody's quite sure if it's a real animal or a myth. And it's called Sasquatch. We are the Sasquatch that live in America, or maybe we don't, maybe we're a myth. Some try to catch us on videos and cameras, but film men in monkey suits who are taking the piss. Some call us wood apes, some call us Bigfoot, since our pedal appendages might tend to be huge. And footprints are all that we might leave behind us when we seem to vanish into the woods. They want to define us, dissect us, confine us, measure us on tables, kill us to know us, but science can't find us. We slip through the tree line, one glimpse and we're gone. Are we really real great apes, giant and hairy, red-eyed and scary, or just an illusion that howls in the night? Ow! And if you want to know what that was, that's the noise they're alleged to make. And if you look up Bigfoot on YouTube, you can see all sorts of interesting things, and all sorts of rubbish as well. But anyway, so now from a giant, possibly non-existent hairy ape, I'm going to turn into a large number of very small animals that live down the end of my garden. I am the compost. I rot in a heap. I rot when you wake. I rot when you sleep. I have no body, no brain instead. I am the living that lives on the dead. Potato peelings, garden cuttings and tea bags, or a philosopher's head wrapped up in a sack. It all came from compost. I bring it all back. All organic, transformed. That's what I do. I am the compost. Soon you'll be too. Okay, and now to possibly more familiar animal. It's big and it's stripy, and William Blake wrote about it far better than I do, so I've pinched one or two lines from him. It is, of course, a tiger. I am a tiger burning bright in the forest of the night, or in the day and in the shade, lying watching in a glade where golden light is striping down through green foliage and leaves me almost invisible except for my unblinking eye, which only the dying should see. I am a tiger, and I once heard a philosopher teaching. He said, philosophy is like searching for a black cat in a darkened room at night with a brown paper bag over your head. It is totally out of court, it is just not working. I thought this did not concern me, because I am a tiger and not a black panther, but lest some roving forest gypsy passing by with a handmade flintlock gun made out of an old gas pipe should descry my unblinking eye and shoot me through it in order to sell my powerful powdered penis to a millionaire to give him a thrill that he doesn't really need. I stir myself and pad out across the jungle floor. Yes, I think I'll eat a philosopher tonight, knock the back off his head with one swipe of my paw, and lick all the knowledge porridge out of his skull with my abrasive tongue, so that then I might know what he was talking about. Or I could, like my northern brothers, up in the snow, go for a Siberian. But that might be just like drinking a gallon of vodka. And now we go up into the skies with another kind of animal. This animal too is a real one, and once upon a time it was confined in London Zoo, and it inspired me to write this poem. I am an eagle, I live in a zoo, I don't like it much, neither would you. I sat on my perch, I glared down at crowds, I dived in my mind between dreamed clouds. I sat on my perch. I stared at the wall, but I saw a sky with no bars at all. I sat on my perch. I sat on the floor. I tried to imagine what it feels like to soar. Then, God of eagles, made good luck for me. One unlocked moment, enough to fly free. Life without a cage was too short and sweet. Wide London sky, killed dogs to eat. I sat in my tree, didn't know what to feel, kept dreaming of bars and regular meals. I sat in my tree, alone with the sky. I saw a warm cage, I'd no wish to fly. I sat in my tree, I knew I was tamed, made no move to escape when the dart gun was aimed. I am an eagle, I live in a zoo. I don't like it much, and neither would you. Okay, now I'm off down to the seaside, and on the way to the seaside, this is a friend of mine, well maybe he's not a friend, but something I used to meet on the way to the sea. It is indeed my acquaintance, Stinky the Dolphin. Stinky the Dolphin's come to play, he washed up on the beach today, and on the strand he rots away. Whiff, 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 Stinky. Stinky the Dolphin's come to play, he used to frolic in the waves, but that's no way for a corpse to behave, so now he decomposes. He used to click and squeak in the foam, as all around the seas he'd roam, but above the tide line is his new home. He's become a seagull's restaurant. His bones are exposed as he turns to slime. He could outswim the tide, but he couldn't beat time. And as I hold my nose, I wonder when I'm going to be joining Stinky. And now, continuing with my aquatic theme, onto fish. And what should not happen to them. Or what is happening to them, but should not happen to them. So now I'm going to give you a little song about fish liberation, I suppose it is. Fish grunt, click, whistle and cough to one another as they swim about, but they are fenced in and fattened up into ape food. But it is wrong to restrain these slimmers, and that is why we make our plea. Hey, fish farmer, let them fish swim free. Let them swim all around the world hydrodynamically. It just ain't right, as you must know, to keep haddock in a paddock. So let them trout out, let the salmon run free, let the bream beam, let the snapper snap hydrodynamically. No, fish farmer, don't constrain these finny beings. They can do better than kept in by nets. Yes, these fish got feelings. So, fish farmer, get humane with your cod. Let the place go to every place and let the skate cake off. Let the dogfish go dogging all around the scallops abode, where the congers are all conging, and let the eels feel free to go wherever they want, all along the blue whale's row. And you think I'm going to stop singing just because you give me a bit of applause? No, you're not going to get off that easy. This is what I will finish with for this half. It is the marching song, or possibly the crawling song, of the Lobster Liberation front. And where is it? What now? It is number 43, would you believe? Okay. Listen, people, don't eat lobsters, you never know where they have been. They have crawled underneath seas and seen things you've never seen. Listen, people, don't eat lobsters, you never know where they have been. They've seen sharks having a laugh, they've seen a big squid having fun, and they have learned from schools of mackerel beneath the light of a watery sun. Yes, these crustaceans got deep emotions as they crawl on ocean floors. Lobsters have codes, lobsters transmit, lobsters kiss with their strong sharp claws. So now people, don't eat real lobsters, just feast your eyes on the plastic lobsters hanging from the Tudor beam, and let the real ones live contented, seeing things that you've never seen. Yeah.
That was Mr. Murry of the various Animal Liberation Front that he describes there. So please, more applause, please. For We'll be back in the second half to enlighten you further. And now, I just want to find a bit of paper on which I've got lots to tell you about our last act of the first half, who is Lizzie Shirley. While I'm doing that,
Lots of stuff about them.
okay. According to her biography, Lizzie is a singer-songwriter of political and more personal material. And she's sung all over the place, including Italy, France, Sweden, the USA, the Edinburgh Festival, TV and radio appearances, and she sings as sweetly as anyone in Edinburgh, according to the Scotsman. Equally talented in both arts, Time Out, and a born performer, South London Press.
Oh God.
So that's what the critics say. I say she's jolly good because she's been here many times before, and we're very delighted to have Lizzie back tonight. So I'm sure you'll enjoy her as much as I always do and Pete does. So please welcome Lizzie Shirley.
Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. That's really nice. I don't know where you got that information from. But there you
You
go.
sent it to us.
Oh, did I? Good girl.
You're probably drunk at the time. Oh.
I was drunk at the time, honestly. Thank you very much. It's really nice to be here this evening. Can you hear me at the back?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I've got that far away. So I'm going to start. Sometimes I do songs I've done here before, but Patrick doesn't mind because he does the same thing, don't you? You do the things you've done before.
Sometimes by you.
What?
Sometimes your songs.